Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, afternoon, and night, depending on where you are joining us from. Welcome to Sunrise on Radio Biafra 102.1 FM. My name is Mazi Sochinma Mbanali, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. Biafra time. Here on Radio Biafra, this is where we worship. This hallowed platform is where we worship. This is where we seek to conscientize ourselves. It is where we motivate ourselves. I'm sure you know the difference between a student of Radio Biafra and somebody in the zoo who doesn't care. Students of Radio Biafra care about themselves. Students of Radio Biafra take care of themselves. Students of Radio Biafra understand what it takes to build a nation. And we learn every single day. Every single day we learn. Every single event that happens, we learn from. Therefore, today is the 25th day of March, 2024. And the time now is 24 minutes past the hour of 5 in the holy and blessed land of Biafra. If you are anywhere in Biafra land, all you need to do is go into Radio Biafra by going to 102.1 FM. 102.1 FM. Even in some parts of the zoo, you can try 102.1 FM. If we are reaching your area, then you will be able to hear us. We are also streaming live on satellite, though. We are also streaming live on satellite. We are also streaming live on various apps, such as Radio Biafra, IPOB Community Radio, even on Simple Radio. On Simple Radio. These are very low data usage apps that you can download. You can download IPOB Community Radio from your app store. You can download it from any phone, any app store on your phone, as well as Radio Biafra. You can also visit our website on ipob.org, ipob.org, and radiobiafra.co. You can visit this website to read the latest news and general information about Biafra and the struggle. Therefore, this morning I want to encourage you to join us in our march to mental emancipation. Join us in our march to mental emancipation by sharing this information with everyone that you can. Do not forget to like and follow us on our various platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitter. Yes, I mentioned Twitter. Do not forget to follow us. We are sharing information on these various apps, these various platforms. So this morning, I want to first apologize for being a bit late. Had issues connecting, but thankfully we are here. And today, 25th, I want to call for the immediate release of Mazi Kanu. The immediate release of Mazi Kanu is the desire of all Biafrans. What all Biafrans desire for is the freedom of Mazi Kanu, because Mazi Kanu basically did not commit any crime. Mazi Kanu was actually extraordinary rendition by the Nigeria government. The Nigeria government committed a crime, an international crime, against him and against the Biafran people. Therefore, we are demanding for his immediate release. We are demanding for his immediate release. Mazi Kanu has been freed by Nigeria court. The appeal court in Nigeria discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, was kidnapped from Kenya on the 19th of June 2021 by the Nigerian government. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was tortured in Kenya for 8 days, after which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was smuggled into Nigeria by the government, and since then he has been unlawfully held in the DSS solitary confinement in Abuja. And all this is happening despite that on the 20th of July 2022, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention made it clear that the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a crime, an international crime, a violation of international human rights conventions. They also called for his immediate and unconditional release. But since then until now, the Nigeria government has failed to obey this ruling by the UN Working Group, just like they have failed to obey the ruling of their own court of competence jurisdiction, which discharged and acquitted Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And at this point, you get to question the powers of the United Nations. At this point, you get to ask questions. Does it mean that countries can do whatever they want to and get away with it? Or is this just a position that is fit only for Nigeria? Is this a position that is fit only for Nigeria? And when you begin to ask these questions, you begin to understand why insecurity can be a state policy in Nigeria and the United Nations is quiet. Why insecurity can be a state policy in Nigeria and the African Union is quiet. The ECOWAS is dead. ECOWAS actually made Tinubu the certificate forger, the man who was convicted in America for drug deals, which was the reason why he had to pay restitution. He had to pay money to the state for that crime. And it's on the record. That is why they cannot challenge them. Because they themselves, for instance, the UN was created by countries, actually spearheaded by those countries who were instrumental in slave trade. Take Britain, for instance. Britain has colonies today. Nigeria is a British colony. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen, but Britain has refused to do anything to ensure his immediate and unconditional release. They could have done a lot, but they decided not to. Therefore, our fight is our fight. We must understand that our fight belongs to us. Our fight belongs to us. We must stand up and take this fight to our enemies. We must stand up and take this fight to our enemies who have refused to release this innocent man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What crime did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commit? He did not commit any crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu simply said, listen, you are getting it wrong. This is a solution. Try this solution and it will work. Try this solution and you move the country forward. But guess what? Nigeria is not interested in moving their country forward. That's the worst part of it. Nigeria is not interested in anything that advances the interest of the citizens. Anything that makes the citizens better. Nigeria is not interested. Nigeria is not interested. You would ask yourself, why would a government not be interested in bringing solutions to its problems? Then you must first understand the person who created the problem. Who created this problem to begin with? It is the government. The government created the problem, so how will they solve the problem that they created? How can they be willing to solve a problem that they created? Just like they went to Kenya and abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How will Nigeria government that went to Kenya and abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free him? How will they free him? Like Mazi Sochinma said a few days ago, he said they will free him based on our own effort, based on IPOB's effort, based on the effort, genuine effort of the Biafran people. Because their courts, there is no power in their court. There is no power in the courts in Nigeria. Now, let me begin by reading this information to you. This news is from Niger Delta Journal, and it says only corrupted judicial system is. This is from Niger Delta Journal. Only a corrupted judicial system is messed by the executive. Only a corrupted judicial system is messed by the executive. And it says it is no longer a new thing to the helpless citizens of a failed contraption called Nigeria that shamelessly claim to be the giant of Africa when justice is perverted on a daily basis by some corrupt justice and judges just to erase their names or that of their relatives from government blacklist. Justice Binta Nyako, presiding over the matter between the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not left out of such corruption. Where a justice is being mandated by the executive to pervert justice and jail an innocent individual in order to clean up the fraud case between her husband and her son with the federal government. Justice Binta Nyako will not only gain the freedom of her husband and son by jailing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but will also be made the chief judge of the Supreme Court of the terrorist country called Nigeria, all as the reward for perverting justice against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been discharged and acquitted by the landmark judgment of the Appeal Court of Nigeria. The same way their corrupt politicians fly their children abroad for schools, healthcare, and all other good things for a better living, but care not for the well-being of the citizens who are dying out of hunger. Military invasions, poor medical care, and so on, so have the judiciary followed suit in perversion of justice against the poor and those expressing their rights as contained in the Nigeria Constitution. As it is said, when corruption becomes a tradition, revolution becomes inevitable. The federal government should immediately release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and bury her head in shame, as he is the leader of IPOB. As the leader of IPOB has no case to answer anymore in any Nigerian court, both upper and lower court. And this basically gives a glint, just a little bit of idea into the Nigerian system. The Nigerian system is not designed with the interest of Nigerians at heart. The Nigerian system is designed against Nigerians, including their own court. Their own court system is one where people who have money rules. People who have money are in charge. Actually, everything in Nigeria is just working that way. Everything in Nigeria is designed in such a way to work against the people. Look at the insecurity in Nigeria, for instance. Recently, we heard over the news about the slaughter of the Biafran people at Bayelsa State. The slaughter of the Biafran people at Bayelsa State. We heard recently about it, how the Nigeria army went to Okuoma community, killed them, not just once, but several times. This is the state of Nigeria. There is nothing that works in Nigeria. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Their court is dead. Their court is dead. Bentanyako has given has given instructions to the DSS, to the DSS, since Mazi Nnamdi was illegally brought into the country. 21 times. According to the information, 21 times, and the DSS have refused to obey all of these. Now, listen to the last instruction that Bintanyako gave to the DSS. He asked the DSS to ensure that they give Mazi Nnamdi a different cloth. Now, look at the response of Mazi Nnamdi concerning that situation.
Good morning, sir. How have you been, sir? Good to see you. We are still on your same outfits. Yes. What was the problem? Why? They didn't give any outfits.
Remember that Bintanyako asked the DSS to make sure, she said make sure that next time Mazi Nnamdi doesn't come with this same clothes. That's what he said. That's what she said to the DSS. But what did the DSS do? They flagrantly ignored her. They just ignored her like she has nothing to say. They basically just ignored her like she has nothing to say. And this is the state of the Nigerian project. This is the state of the Nigerian project. Absolute chaos. The system has collapsed entirely. The system has collapsed entirely. And today we have about 20 minutes for this conversation before I open up the line. So please do join us. We are live on Facebook. We are live on various apps. I want to bring you another news. This is from Punch newspaper. But before that, I have talked about the judiciary being just a useless place where they are under the instruction of the government. Now, let me take you to the security. Listen to what this information about the Nigeria security.
And thanks for joining us on TVC News at 5. We are staying on the killings of 16 military officers in a Kwama community in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State. The community has been allegedly set ablaze by unidentified persons. Manhunt for the killers is still ongoing, and some arrests made by the soldiers led by the General Officer commanding local government area of Delta State. The community has been allegedly set ablaze by unidentified persons. Manhunt for the killers is still on.
Now, I wanted to play this clip because this is from a Nigerian news agency. And this is from a Nigerian news agency. And she said that the community has been set ablaze by an unknown person. She didn't say one house was set ablaze or two houses were set ablaze. She said the entire community was set ablaze by unknown persons. And that makes you wonder, what kind of journalism is that? How can unknown persons go into a village and set it ablaze? How does that work? An unknown person. You see, I wanted to play this so you understand I'm sure, I mean, every Nigerian understands the hypocrisy of their news, their media. But I also want to bring another information through this. Nigeria government, I checked yesterday on news concerning the killing of the villagers in this community, only for me to find out that almost everything online is being wiped out by the zoo government. Almost everything concerning that killing, the slaughter in Biafra state, is being cleaned off. I found it very, very hard for me to find news from these news agencies. But very soon I'll bring you what members of the community themselves said. Very soon I'll bring you what members of the community themselves said and who they blame for the burning of the village. And like I said earlier on, everything in Nigeria is not working. Everything in Nigeria is dead, including the media. Everything in Nigeria is dead. So when you hear Biafrans say Nigeria is not workable, Nigeria cannot work, it is because there is no single thing, not one in Nigeria, that works. Not one. Everything is gone. Now listen to this. You understand that the Biafran people are people that are known for their peaceful nature and approach to life. Biafran people, when you listen to proverbs, Biafran people's proverbs, let me speak some Igbo proverbs because I'm Igbo. So that's the one I can relate easily and speak easily with. So there is one that says Ibiri Kambiri. There is this musician, late Oliver de Kokwe. He sang a song, a very popular song, Ibiri O Ibiri Kambiri. And that song received very, very wild acknowledgement from Biafrans. Ibiri Kambiri. There is also this proverb that says Ebe Bere Ugo Bere, Kesi Biabela. Kankukwaya. That is how what I grew up hearing, not go see a Gabe. And then there is also this one that says Ka Udochia. And so many more of such, which in short simply means live and let live. And as such, this summarizes the lifestyle of the Biafran people. The lifestyle of the Biafran people. And this Bielsa community, Oku Oma community, was set ablaze. These peaceful people set ablaze by, according to this news, they said unknown person. How can one community, the soldiers attacked and killed people, the community is set ablaze by unknown people? I mean, the only unknown government we know is the Nigeria government. Now let's listen to this lady again, and then before I take you to the main news from the villagers of the community, let's compare what she said about the peaceful Biafran people.
The killings of 16 military officers in a Kwama community in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State. The community has been allegedly set ablaze by unidentified persons. Manhunt for the killers is still ongoing, and some arrests made by the soldiers led by the General Officer Commanding 6th Division Nigerian Army, Major General Jamal Abdul Salam. Residents of the coastal community are said to have fled to neighboring Ughelli for fear of a reprisal by the soldiers who have been patrolling the creeks. It was gathered that the slain military personnel responded to a distress call after the communal crisis between the Okwama and Okoloba communities, both in Delta State, before they were killed on Thursday, 14th of March. While confirming the incident in a statement on Saturday, the acting director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukuruguso, said the victims were surrounded by some community youth when troops of the 181 Amphibious Battalion were on a peace mission in the Bumadi local government area of the state. The reinforcement team led by a commanding officer was attacked, leading to the death of the commanding officer, 2 majors, 1 captain, and 12 soldiers.
I wanted to play this clip, one, because of the killing of the soldiers. I wanted to bring out something from there. When you look at Nigerian soldiers, these are not trained soldiers. These are terrorists. And because these are terrorists, the states, the government sacrifice them a lot in order for them to gain whatever purpose, whatever plan that they want to get. If you look at the case of insecurity happening in Biafra land, you'll find out that it is totally government sponsored. The Nigeria government can go to Delta State, kill their own army, kill their own military, and then use that opportunity for a reprisal attack. It is not something that is uncommon. It is something that we have seen over and over again. It is something that we have seen over and over. It is not uncommon. Look at the case of Imo State. At a time ago, we discovered that those who parade themselves as unknown gunmen, the police shot one of them, only to discover that he is a DSS person, official. DSS official. Only to discover that this man, this unknown gunman, is a DSS official. Now, since the army said they went to solve communal crisis of land, now, since when does the army solve 2 communities having issues over their land? Is that the responsibility of the army to solve? It is not the responsibility of the army. But the army needed to find a cover. They needed to find something that will supposedly justify their reason for being there. They will always try to find a reason why they cause the trouble, the chaos that they cause. But I will play for you a clip from one of those who was there, who experienced this. And let's listen to what they have to say about this particular issue.
Meanwhile, the people of Okwama community in Ughelli South local government area have urged both the federal and state governments as well as the military to initiate a thorough investigation into the assault on villagers and the subsequent burning of homes allegedly carried out by some military personnel. The plea was made during an interview with our correspondent. The reports.
Now, I want to pause this here before we talk to the correspondents. Most times we have asked ourselves, why is it that victims, people who have been victimized by the state, by the government, who, first of all, the government failed to provide security for them. Second of all, the government does not care about providing security for them. Just on this basis, the government has failed. Just on this basis, the government is not even supposed to exist. Just on this basis, you are supposed to know that the government has no capacity to provide you and no intention, no capacity to protect you and no intention to protect you. But the same people keep asking for the government to do something. Now, I will explain to you why, and you must understand it from this concept. Listen, like I said to you, the Biafran people are very peaceful people. They prefer peace, as encapsulated in so many of our proverbs. Udokama. Even in our names, Udochi, we answer names that has to do with peace, that has to do with asking for peace to reign. Now, it is on this foundation that dates back to thousands of years that even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu built the foundation of this struggle for the restoration of Biafra upon this vehicle, that is transporting the Biafran people to Biafra, IPOB. He built it on this foundation, the original foundation of the people of peace. Now, you find out that there is a thin line between peace and cowardice. There is a thin line between peace and cowardice. And in this concept where people are saying, calling those who failed to protect them, those who actually created the problem, to look into the matter, you understand that they have shifted from that peaceful nature to just cowards. Unfortunately, you cannot expect solution from somebody who created the mess to begin with. That means you are not serious. You are not sincere about finding a solution. You are not sincere about finding a solution. But I wanted to point that out so that you identify a lot of Nigerian communities when they say government should come and help them after they have been massacred. You get to understand where they are coming from. They are coming from a history of oppression, and most of them have slipped from just simple being simple farmers and simple business people into just being cowards. It would have been a very tough and perhaps impossible mission to win the hearts of Biafrans if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had not used this approach of peace. And you must, like I said to you, it is a thin line. So you must understand that this is a situation that seems unstable because of the peaceful nature. Now, without this peaceful approach, I don't think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have won the hearts of Biafrans. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won the people for himself by anchoring on this very foundation of the people in order to remind them who they are, in order to galvanize and achieve the people's dreams, our dreams. Even in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's last court appearance, he repeated what he has always said, what he has said severally about IPOB. IPOB is a peaceful organization. IPOB is there. We are here to save our people, not to kill them. Save our people, not to kill them. Therefore, one now wonders how IPOB can and has been able to remain a peaceful organization while operating in a country that is at war. Although not publicly declared, but Nigeria is in a state of war. Nigeria has been engaged in an endless state of war, not with another country, but with itself. It's a war against Nigerians. And they are using the instrumentality of the state. Since the creation of Nigeria, Nigeria has maintained this stance of war against Nigerians through the instrumentality of the state. And recently now, they have taken this state-sponsored terrorism into another level. They have now employed the services of professional terrorists. They have recruited the services of professional terrorists from all over the world to help them in their march to the destruction of Nigerians. Now, I am not just saying this. Let's listen to what these victims of Okwama community said about the Nigerian state. Forget what the person who said the people are asking for help is the news reader. But now let us listen to what the people actually had to say. What the people actually had to say about what is happening in their land.
Addressing newsmen, indigenes of Okwama community in Ugeli South local government area who prefer to remain anonymous recounted an unsettled incident that occurred on Thursday, March 14, 2024. They recalled their surprise when military personnel arrived in 2 boats purportedly for a peace talk with the community chairman and leaders.
So they said it is not anything else but peace talk with their elders. So I'm trying to understand, why would Okwama community want peace talk with the army? Now, it is not between peace talk between 2 communities, because if you are having a peace talk between 2 communities, you must invite both of them, isn't it? You must invite both communities. You cannot talk about peace behind my back. If I'm involved in a conversation and you have that conversation behind my back, which means you are not asking for my peace. Now, the army said they want to go solve communal crisis, which to begin with, they do not have the right to. They do not even, it is not their responsibility to. 1. 2, this information has clearly shown that the army did not go there to bring any peace. If they had gone there to bring peace, they would have invited both communities to that place. So they went there for something else, for another reason. Now, let's listen to them and find out the reason. Basically, I just rubbished their claim that they went there for peace. Nonsense. If they went for peace, they would have invited every party. Unless they already have an issue that they have with that community, or unless they already had issues with the community that they are there pretending to solve. But as far as it is the communal issue about land, then they are just lying. They are not there to solve anything except to cause chaos. Now, let's listen to what the community had to say.
Villagers described how the military personnel were warmly received at the community town hall with kola nut offerings and support, leading to a peaceful dialogue. However, tensions escalated when the military insisted on taking the community chairman and some leaders for further questioning after the peace talks, which was refused. This refusal, they claimed, prompted the military to open fire, resulting in casualties within the community. Additionally, they recounted a subsequent attack on Friday, March 15, 2024, where houses were set ablaze, forcing residents to flee for safety.
On the 14th of March, 2024, they at home that very day, they now saw that some military personnel, army, came to Okwama. So they now welcome them. They say they want to walk around the community.
So I want you to follow the sequence of events here. I want you to follow the sequence of events. They said on Thursday was when the army came, right? And they welcomed them with kola nuts. They took a walk around the community. They said they wanted to take a walk around the community. Now, why? Why would you come? You want to settle peace and you are taking walk around the community. Remember that Nigeria Army, wherever they go to, they leave death. And remember that Nigeria Army is a terror organization. I actually wonder why Nigeria Army has not been officially listed as a terrorist organization. And that leaves you to understand the kind of world that you live in and makes you realize that there is a lot of work. If you are a lover of freedom, you have a lot of work. So it leaves you with a question, why would you come into a community? You say you want to settle land dispute between 2 communities. You did not bring the 2 communities to the table. You just went to one community on Thursday. And then you, first of all, before you even began, they welcomed you so nicely, so warmly. And before you even began, you decided to take a walk around the community. I can bet you that the reason is to scare the people off. The reason is to scare the people. It is a scare tactics by the Nigeria Army. Now let's listen to the sequence of events.
They walk around the community. Say they want to go to the town hall. They have a peace talk. They now went to the town hall.
Remember the Asaba massacre? They brought people to the town hall, to the community, the center of the community where people gather. That is where they opened fire on the men. That is where they slaughtered the men of Asaba. This reminds you of the Nigeria army. They are the same people. They haven't changed. Nothing is different. Actually, it has become worse. Now they recruit terrorists. They go and find the most trained terrorists and they recruit them into the Nigeria army. Now, pay attention to the sequence of events.
They now entertain them as the military men. They welcome them. So they now ask for the community chairman and the community leaders. So they sit with them and they have a peace talk together. Then after that, they now ask the community chairman and the community leaders, some other leaders, to follow them. So they say, we have already have the peace talk with you people, so you have to go. They say they must take the leaders away. So they said no.
So you realize that they never came for peace conversation. Because, I mean, like I have mentioned, and I'm still going to mention it again, you cannot have peace between two warring communities. You are the neutral party. And first of all, as a government organization, it is not your responsibility to do this. It's like the Central Bank of Nigeria now taking over the responsibility of NNPC. Okay, NNPC is dead now. The Central Bank of Nigeria taking over the responsibility of Ministry of Agriculture. This is what is obtainable in Nigeria. This is what is obtainable in Nigeria. The Nigeria Army. The worst of its kind. Now, first, they went there to do a job that is not theirs. Secondly, they said it is two communities they want to settle their case. They never brought two communities. They went with one. Thirdly, they went going around the community in order to scare the villagers, in order to scare them enough. Now, you might say, oh, but, I mean, maybe they are going there to look at the land. No. And this other action will tell you that they went there to scare the community. After scaring, thinking that they've scared the community enough, they now asked, after wasting the time of the village leaders, they now asked them to follow them to their barracks. They asked the civilians to follow them to their barracks. What is it that civilians have to do with barracks? Remember, first they have scared the people, the community. And then they thought, okay, this scaring has gotten them, therefore we can take their leaders. You know, when you take people's leaders, you render them vulnerable. The same tactics, look at Nigeria government and see what happened. Is it not the same thing that Nigeria government did to IPOB? They went for Mazi Kanu. They abducted him, they tortured him, they brought him to Nigeria. And they have been persecuting him, tormenting him in the DSS dungeon. It is the same thing that the Nigeria army went there to do. So you understand what is happening in Nigeria is just, this is Nigeria for you. You understand that it is the government, the Nigerian government, that instructed the army to go to this community and kill people. You can look at their mode of operation, the way they systematically arranged everything. They planned everything to fall into line. They planned to go into the community, scare people away, take away their leaders, so that they can now come for the people. Their leaders resisted. And this is what leadership should be about. This is what leadership is about. You must be fearless before your enemies. That is the IP, one of the cardinal points of IPOB, fearless. Even in the midst of your enemies, fearless. So they went to abduct their leaders, not even to abduct people. This is what Nigeria Army does. Nigeria Army abducts people. You can find various news of this online. You can find various news of Nigeria government abducting people. Look at the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the same tactics that the Nigeria Army went to do, to abduct innocent people.
So from them, the army turned the whole story to violent. Right there in the community town hall, there the army started shooting our people there.
Does it remind you of what is happening in Biafra land, all over Biafra land? What happened in Biafra state? Does it not show you exactly what is happening? So they went to this community to kidnap their leaders. Now, when they were unsuccessful, they started killing everybody. Now, you must understand that even if they became successful, they were still going to kill everybody. The leaders just said, we're not going. And they said, okay, let us just carry out our main mission. What's the point? Because if not, if that wasn't their main mission, they would have gone home, now came back with a stronger and more compelling argument that will ensure these leaders goes with them. Now, related to the entire Biafran struggle, you'll find out that this is the same way of operation of the Nigeria government. They create criminals in our land, they sponsor them, they now go there and say that they engage them, they kill some of them. They take some of them alive and kill some of them, creating violence. And then they tell you, no, they found an ESN camp, whereas ESN's position is in the forest, guarding our land, guarding our forest against Fulani terrorists. Now, even that statement that they are fighting ESN completely shows that Nigeria Army is a terrorist organization, because ESN is set to fight terrorists, Fulani terrorists, to be precise, Fulani terrorists, and every other form of terrorism, especially that stops our people from going to the forest, at least for now, stops our people from going to the farm and ensuring that the anti-public herding or public grazing, whatever law that they have in Nigeria, is implemented. This is the work of ESN. But Nigeria government will tell you that they are fighting the people who are fighting terrorists. What does that make Nigeria government? Clearly, the government is a terrorist government. Now, you wonder why the world is in a mess that it is in. Because countries like Nigeria are being lavished with, even they go out, they collect loans. A terrorist organization gets loans from World Bank, get loans from America. American government sends delegates to Nigeria, and they come there despite the ravaging insecurity, despite almost 300 children abducted from just one school, and since then several children from different schools abducted. The American government did not come there to talk about insecurity in Nigeria. They went there to talk about how to solidify their position in milking of the Nigerian resources. Now, let's look at the Nigeria Army once more. And when I'm reading this, try to bring it together to the entire Biafran struggle, and you'll find out that the Nigeria government has been solely responsible for the insecurity in our land.
Then from there, people started running. Some were killed instantly. Then everybody ran away because nobody expected a shooting of an army in the community that very day. Then the army now went. Within a while, the army now come back again with more reinforcement, gunboat and all that is. And instantly, about 20 person was killed. Then when they come back again, they begin to shoot. They killed nothing less than 50 person. Then the following day, they now mobilize again. Some of the army, they are coming from Bamandi, and some of them are coming from Okwabe. They come together and burn the whole community down.
So you see, they first started killing people so that they will chase people away from their houses, so that they will render the community empty and then come and burn it down. The same thing that they have been doing in Biafra, in the entire Biafra land. Look at Olo. Look at Olo. The Supreme Court governor of Imo State would invite the army. They will go into Olo, go into all these places, different parts, kill people, burn down houses, and leave. Kill people, burn down houses, and leave. Trying to chase the owners of the land away from their land so that the terrorists will take over. This is the work of the Nigeria army. They make way for the Fulani terrorists known as herdsmen. That is the work of the Nigeria army. They protect them, they equip them, they train them, and they recruit them into the army. Now, let's just listen to this guy so that we can open up the line.
Was on the 15th of March. So the whole community was raised down.
That very day, we not expect that we just see some 2 gunboats come with army. So we can't surprise, say we not get problem with army. Now we ask them, waiting up, we say they come for peace talk. So now we welcome them. It's attended that very day. After the entertainment, when they won't go, the person they won't take our chairman and the leaders along. We say,
I want you to pay attention to what this lady said in the beginning. She said they were even surprised when the army came and said they wanted peace talk. I mean, if you are having a problem and it's one that demands an army, why would you be surprised when you now see the army? But this lady said that they were surprised when they saw the army, and the army said they came for peace talk. They came for peace talk. Who knows what peace talk they were able to convince the community that they came for? What peace talk? What peace talk? They were surprised to see the army.
For peace talk, when I come and I won't carry our leaders, they come out. We know go allow and carry the come out. So the army they just change all of a sudden. Not be like people we it's at just now. Then they begin open fire. That process of firing, our youth, old women, children died that spot. More than 20 of them died instantly. Later they come out. When we say they will come back again. Begin the open fire. Then on the 15th of March 2024, they come back again, burn the whole community. Burn every house is when we say the Okoma community. Some of us now, our children, we never see them. Our parents will never see them. Inside the bush now where we hide now, so some dead body dead there. Now we they talk so. So we won't make government come rescue us. Now we they cry to the government.
Now this is where the problem is. Remember that our brothers and sisters in especially these areas they call Niger Delta, they have been completely been overwhelmed by the zoo. This is why I said there is a thin line between peace and cowardice. And this is what IPOB came to rescue our people from understanding the thin line between peace and cowardice. Now, you can be sure that these people are asking for the government to come because they believe, at least when they speak in such a way, that the government will see that they are not against them. But now, you must understand something. A reasonable person who understands what peace is ready to take a position that will give him peace. Any reasonable person who understands what peace is, you will be ready to take position that will make sure that you have peace. Position that will make sure that you have peace. And you have seen that the government cannot give you this. So the mere fact that this person is still calling on the government goes to show you where she has slid into. Goes to show you where she has slid into. And you can say, okay, what other option is there? What other option is there? Number one, the government created the mess to begin with. So you can be sure that the government is not ready to solve your problems. And from this information, you can be sure that terrorism in Nigeria is a government-sponsored project. You can be sure that terrorism in Nigeria is a government-sponsored project. And you know that it takes years to cultivate peace, but just a minute to burn peace into action. This is into ashes. And this is why I want to specifically talk about just this today. Because the Nigeria government will do whatever it takes in order to ensure that this chaos, this problem, the killing of our people does not get to the international media. And IPOB has taken time to inform us about the difference between peace and cowardice. And I am calling on our people, every part of Biafra land, to understand this difference. There is a difference between peace and cowardice. And you might be thinking that, oh, you are a very peaceful person. No, if you are a very peaceful person, then you must be a warrior. It is only warriors that are peaceful. As I described to you earlier on, Biafrans are peaceful people because they are warriors. It has been said that warriors fight like Biafrans. Not Biafrans fight like warriors, but warriors fight like Biafrans. So for you to exercise and enjoy peace, you must be ready to defend yourself. You must be ready, and for you to defend yourself, you must understand where your problem is coming from, and call it out. You don't sit there romance those who are creating the problem for you, thinking there will be a solution. I will just introduce this caller, my first caller for today. Caller, you are live on Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. Ndeo.
Good morning to you, Mazi Sochinma. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Greetings to you, my beloved brothers and sisters. Chukwukikabiama remains our strength, and we must continue on the right side of the truth to expose the zoo and their evil activities. You see, what you are just discussing, the zoo soldier, zoo police are cursed because they specialize in the killings of innocent people. They are a very weak army when it comes to their police. They claim that the police is the friend of the masses, but at the other side of it, turn it upside down, they are the ones maltreating the masses, intimidating the masses. They are being used by the evil vultures who call themselves politicians. Mazi, what would be the reason why army will go into community to make peace? Are they in a position for them to bring peace in a community? I think what army is made for is for war. But today in the zoo, you can see the zoo soldier called army on the road begging for money. They are every corner doing what they are not supposed to do. Do you know that when these people see criminal in action, when they come across, let's say, bandits shooting, terrorizing area, they normally run away. Both the police, both the army in the zoo, Nigerian army and police, that is exactly what they do. If you call them for any rescue mission, they will not come. They will wait until that will be over. Then after that, you will see them arresting innocent people. And that is the reason why these evil people call themselves army, that have families, they have wives, children somewhere. And they will go proudly to kill another person's wife, another person's children, another person's grandmother, grandfather. They will kill that person and call themselves army. We told them that they are cursed. That is the reason why they never go to any war and defeat. They never confront people that have gone like them. When they see people that have gone, they run away. The only people they see and they showcase their talent of army is innocent market women, children in the school, people walking on the road. That is where you see them. They intimidate. And if you call yourself a force and you are doing this to the masses, even the anger of God will demolish you. Spiritually, you have no anything to succeed. There is no ground for you to succeed as a soldier. And that is the reason why they can't confront people that have gone. So these soldiers, they are weak. And that is the reason why they are going for village, demanding to walk around. That is not their duty. That is not their job. And Mazi, another thing that we need to think about in our land, who are the people that call these Fulani jihadis in army uniform? Because the reason why these people have the guts to come to our land and massacre people anyhow is because they are not from here. They are not from here. They hate us so much. They love what is in our land, but they hate us. And they are coming to take what is in our land, but we said it will not happen. So all these things is the reason why you see them succeeding. Today, the foundation of the zoo is no longer standing, if you can tell yourself the truth. Not even the people you think that they are sent. They can't stand it. Because of what? The zoo is operating in a destructive soil. They are intimidating innocent people. They are killing innocent people. There is no place in the world that you will go today and search for news. You will count the number of people that died in the zoo. It makes headline every day, and that is not normal because life is precious in the eyes of the Creator. But the zoo evil politicians continue to snatch life out of innocent citizens, and they think they will have peace. They will no longer have peace. The zoo has been destroyed. We continue to demand for them to do the right thing on behalf of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, a man which they claim that their court will decide what will happen. Finally, their court decided that this man is an innocent man, that you must allow him to go. You don't have any rights to try him in any court in the zoo because the zoo is full of lies and they go against international law by bringing this man. They continue to hold this man. What are they looking for? They are looking for more destruction, and they will get it. Mazi, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your contribution. Now, I want to read this news from Premium Times that says Amnesty asks Tinubu to investigate extrajudicial killing of pro-Biafra protesters. And then this news is, let me see if this call has actually ended before I begin to read this news. Okay. So it says Amnesty asks Tinubu to investigate extrajudicial killing of pro-Biafra protesters. This goes to show you who the killer is. The killer is the Nigeria government. It says Nigeria security agencies have been linked to the killing of residents in the southeast in an attempt to clamp down on secessionist group in the region. And this was posted on March 16, 2024, March 16, which says Amnesty International Nigeria has asked President Bola Tinubu to investigate extrajudicial killings in southeast Nigeria. Extrajudicial killings in southeast Nigeria. Then you ask yourself, what is happening? Why is this happening? This has been the case since 2015. Even before 2015, 1945, Nigeria killed our people, slaughtered our people. Then the British. Even before then, at the women's protest at Aba, they slaughtered our people. Even before then, before the protest, the women's protest, they slaughtered our people in order to have what you have today called Nigeria. So now Amnesty asked Nigeria government to investigate the killing of our people by the Nigeria security forces. It says the human rights group said in a statement posted on its X handle on Thursday that Nigerian security forces led by the military carried out extrajudicial executions and violence. This is a statement. It is not saying that they could have. It said they committed extrajudicial executions and violence. The same thing you see this innocent community, you hearing them speak about the killings. It is not far-fetched. This is how the Nigeria Army operates, and this is a report from Amnesty International. Okay, I want to also bring another news to you. I think I want to just bring one more news to you. Let me bring this news to you. This is from Biafra Post, and it says federal government complicit. Okay, it says Biafra, federal government complicit in the ongoing insecurity in the southeast as Mazi Nnamdi fumes in court, charges them to free him. Okay, it says Abuja today at the Federal High Court in Justice Binta Nyako's courtroom witnessed another dimension to Kanu's illegal trial as Mazi Nnamdi fumes and charges the court to free him and see if he will not end insecurity ravaging the whole of eastern region in 2 minutes, as he tells the court and journalists on ground. Mazi Nnamdi made this request earlier today at the Federal High Court Abuja before Justice Binta Nyako, who denied him a deserved bail application. In furtherance to this, Mazi Nnamdi also said that those using the name of IPOB to commit crime are all criminals working for the government. This is a call for concern for all to question the rationale behind the federal government of Nigeria inordinate desire to keeping Mazi Nnamdi incommunicado behind the bars, while same governments go about creating and sponsoring criminals in order to shop for evidence against our leader. Mazi Nnamdi has directly passed out a message for all to know those behind the insecurity taking over the southeast and the entire eastern region using IPOB/ESN and his name. Biafra reporters sincerely hope that today is a great signal. Today, a great signal was sent across the board for humanity to understand what is going on in the whole of Biafra land and why the government are busy levying every criminality activities happening in the southeast on IPOB/ESN, because they are the brainchild behind it all, and we're busy shopping for evidence to nail him down. Will these criminals listen and desist from their unruly behavior as a result of the stipends the Nigeria government pays them to induct IPOB and our leader? It has become crystal clear now that there is more to this insecurity taking shape in our region. Just to cage the indigenous people of Biafra from restoring our God-given nation back. And here, there is nothing to hide anymore. And so, we are going to mention the names or categories of people the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra was referring to. Wait, okay, they want to mention names of people that the Biafran leader was referring to. Now, the first set of them is the government of Nigeria, comprising of the federal government, some southeast governors, and Igbo politicians, and the bought-over trial judge who is indirectly abetting insecurity in the southeast by constantly denying our leader bail on flimsy excuses. Lately, there have been various criminal gangs owned by the federal government of Nigeria which they are using to terrorize our people and region to be chaos. Now, these criminals are into kidnapping for ransom, snatching of people's cars, and constantly engaged in unnecessary killing of innocent and unsuspecting members of the public, using non-existing sit-at-home as excuse for committing these crimes against humanity. They are well situated, organized, and usually get paid by the federal government of Nigeria to continue to cause havocs. They have caused so much pains to our people, and that is why our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, challenged them today in court to release him and see if he will not end insecurity in the region in just 2 minutes. Now, the issue of releasing our leader, you must understand that the Nigeria government abducted our leader and created insecurity so that they will, of course, they are in charge of their court, so that they will bring in their insecurity that they created in order to use it against our leader. Okay, now let us go to this caller. Mazi Okechukundewo Ututoma. Please go ahead with your opinion in 4 minutes.
Okay, Samazin Banal, my brother. May Chukwu Kabia, the owner of the world and the identity of the Biafrans. May his peace be unto you, my brother Banal. And as you can see, we are the only race that have suffered. We have been butchered like animals on this earth. No other place on this earth. And this land belongs to us. And the world have conspired to kill us. Mbanalo Washi. Emma so Mandi Manda Pastor, Manda Bishop, Manda Father, what I say when I was on the corner. Or come a village, you people are seeing it. Seeing how the Boko Haram in military, Nigeria creation from pretend. Anaka ya akụkọ. Ndị Igbo, anyị lawa ewere udo na-ekwe na-ajụ. Na-azụrụ ahịa. Ndị anyị kwa miscreant. But the Nigerian government ekwetegele. Dada Chike Dozim, as this idiot military Nigerian terrorists on this earth that the United Nations are watching, declared you wanted. Tinubu is declared wanted by the Most High that owns this restoration of Biafra. Tinubu, government of America, Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, is wanted. Okay, let any scratch on the body of my leader. Then all the leaders in Biafra land.
I've asked you before. There is a way to structure these things, Mazi. I'm not happy. Myself, I am not happy.
It's true. It is supposed they're happy.
I'm not happy.
Mazi Banana, come back here. Am I am just saying it is supposed they're happy? You say this our leaders. If you get me trouble, you got different. Heaven and earth to be a witness. I'm not speaking for it to be happy. I'm here already. Am I boasting? I'm working so I want 4 more. I look probably Biafra land. Biafra project, how do you look at it? Preaching. Why must they target terrorists? Pay to be in a candidate Jonathan. So, sea, our ocean, our waters are occupied by foreigners. Why must Africa suffer? Another people be mandate by 3 people, and we are suffering here. Mazi Banale, am I going to pay Tigare? Family on Onga.
Mazi, I'm a Nigeria. Is it family not there? I have asked you several times to be mindful of what you are passing on here. It is you can try to encourage people without trying to. For instance, why are you saying Tinubu has been placed on what is it called by God? I mean, we are trying to raise people who are rational, people who reason. If you are putting Tinubu's name on a wanted list, then you do it. You say it is you that is putting Tinubu's name on wanted list. And then if God speaks to you and says to you that he has put Tinubu's name on wanted list, my brother, it is a conversation that you had with God. You keep your conversation with him. You understand? This is simply what we are saying here. This is simply the same thing we have been preaching here from the word go. I can come out and claim anything I want to claim in the name of God, but you were fighting Tinubu spiritually, fight him spiritually. I remember this guy that came into a platform that we are in and asked for 2 cows to be given to him so that he will do something and Onyende will come out. Whilst me, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if your God can answer your prayers, why not? Go pray to your God. It is not. But when people decide, okay, I also have my God who answers my prayers and therefore let me just focus on him, it becomes a problem. Keep your issues and your religious convictions, which I have no say about. But such threats on this place, let us just do actions. Let us be more people who do things rather than people who speak much about things that we want to do or things we want to happen. It doesn't make sense. I keep saying it, Mazi. I keep saying it. It doesn't make sense. A lot of people complain about such way of speaking, and I keep asking, find a way to model your speech. Find a way. Find a way. That is all I'm saying, Mazi. Find a way to model your speech. I have a caller on the line. Caller, you are live on Radio Biafra. Please introduce yourself and go ahead with your opinion.
Mazi Mbalale, Udo Delege, Machineke. My name is Mazi Obasi, Ejikeme. I'm calling from blessed land of Biafra. Biafra is our religion. On this Harrow platform, Radio Biafra is where we worship. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biama, the God of our land, the God of our ancestors, is our God. Mazi, thank you very much for this, your analysis this morning. You see one thing about Nigeria and their own system of killing, systematically killing of Biafrans. We need to stop it. Because why all those things is going on in our land? Because it started from the one. That is British. That is made the way British taught Nigerian how to kill us all over the place. Nigerians starting killing us 1945 till today. We are still dying. Killing us like a fowl. Killing us. If a rich man wanted to grow up in Eastern part, they will use him. If the person refuses them to use him, they will kill the person to terminate his business. If anybody who wanted to grow up in Biafra land or build a factory, they will tell the person to come around Lagos, or Kanu or Abuja, so that our people will be suffering. That is the system of this evil British. But our people should supposed to wake up, know that these people don't want good thing to happen in our land. And another thing that happened to us, we allow these people to continue dividing us. If they are killing people from Hinterland, Riverline area, and the Yoruba people will be talking about that is what is stop them better, because these people are too stubborn. They'll be celebrating. Now after they are killed from Hinterland, they'll go down to Riverine area, because they know we have been divided. Nobody will come and rescue each other. Instead of they will recruit from this to go and kill. They will recruit from this part to go and kill. That is what we are facing here. And our people should know, if we continue like this, we can never breathe. We can never breathe on this planet Earth. We need to call our leaders, call them, talk to them, telling them that this is supposed to stop. Our leaders supposed to come in the round table. Why are we be killing our children day and night? Telling you come to peace. How can a military people go to peace for land? for communal crashes. How? Where is the police? You see, this country we are, man, when you look at them, you look the way we are suffer. You know that for those who believe that God exists, that God is already abandoned us. If you don't know it. But if you believe that you as a human being can stop it, you can stand up and say enough is enough. Remember, these people that killing us was created by the same God. And they choose to kill us. And you choose to play. Day and night you are praying, you are dying, you are praying, you are dying, you are praying, you are dying. Why not stand up and say, no, this thing that these people hold, that make us fear every time. Let us stand up and hold these things. Let us settle this once and for all. Some people will come and tell us that now because of you did not see war, that is why you are talking like this. Monsieur Alaba Chaununte, I have flow woman and daughter Alola war, Alola weapons. Alo weapons day and night. You are telling me that what happened in olden days cannot happen. See, these people, they know that we are already divided. We hate each other. We don't love ourselves. That is why they are doing all these things. You see our people pointing hand where we are doing some training for them to go there, invaded us and kill us. Because they are wanted to achieve one or two things from zoological, created by human being, not God. So great Biafrans, you see one thing about us is that we are allowed this religion to enter our brain. That is why somebody will tell you that if Fulani kill you, not Uche Chukwumel. I asked them, did God created these people so that Fulani will kill them? You say people will be telling us that God actually no ezigbo omume. I asked them if ndị ezigbo omume egbuchawa in our land, so ndị ajọ omume ejulizan everywhere, na tolerate, na destroy everywhere. Is it what you people want? Let you people know what you people are talking to our children. Everybody should stop all this rubbish. If you don't know what to talk to children, stop it. Let us tell ourselves the truth. We are dying day and night. Our children, we finish the secondary school, finish university, no work. Everybody was selling their own ancestral land to travel abroad. You are still telling me that this and that, this and that. Remember what our leader said. We should not allow these people to kill the good ones. If they continue killing the good ones that will make things happen in our land, when I believe to die so that my children can live in peace. I believe to sort this thing out before I go so that my children can live in peace. That is how I believe my own. I don't want to be here and the Fulani will come and take my daughter. After all, I will go and play. Another, he will come and take the second one. I will go and play. And he will come and take the third one. I will continue playing. Are we deceiving ourselves or what? And we have been dying, killing also every day. If all of us die, who will be here? Remember what our leader said. Our people thinking that we don't know what to do. But we want our people to rise up. Don't run away from these people. That in their hold, on their hand, in their hand, you can hold it if you go to the training. But the other work money get away by force. Training won't be hard. These people actually have easily. Look at our leader. Remember the day they kidnapped our leader. They have stopped killing us. They are continue killing us till today. What have we done? Because we are praying. We believe God will do this. But you forget that God created those people that clean you. Our leader, you know our four cardinal points. And that is how people is supposed to be. Our leader made it openly to the whole world. We we must be without fear before our enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. That is who we are. And you must help the poor and those who don't help themselves. That is what we are, and we are the same. The way we started, the same we are. We don't change. But this time around, we are going to change it because Nigeria don't want to settle this thing peaceful. Thank you, Mazi. May Elohim bless all the Biafrans, support us, and stay together with our leadership. Just follow our instructions. Don't go on their own, causing problem. Stay so that we can be safe. May Elohim bless you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. So, like Mazi Sochinma said in his broadcast some time ago, he said, "Aga any bawa Nigeria ka napota onyendu." And I support him. I am saying, bawa Nigeria ka napota onyendu. And if there is any kind of pity that anybody is having on Nigerians, do not. Why are you going to have pity on Nigerians? These are people who are facing these problems. Nigerians are facing the problems. It is Nigerians who are supposed to rise up and say enough is enough. It is Nigerians who are supposed to rise up and say enough is enough. So any pity that you are feeling on the Nigerian state even, then stop feeling any sort of pity on the Nigerian state. Stop feeling any sort of pity on the Nigerian state because they are the ones that are killing the Nigerian people. They are the ones killing the Nigerian people. Look at this news. This woman, the widow of Colonel Ali that was slain, that was killed in this killing that they did somewhere in the riverine area where the military is here to tell us exactly how these people died. Their soldiers died. Because we have information that they are killed due to piracy, confrontation with pirates and the rest of them. But the main point I'm trying to bring is that the widow of one of the colonels said, "I won't advise my children to join the military. Their father already died for Nigeria." Now, this is for all of those military who are going out there killing people. What is it that you want to achieve? And the worst is that they kill the Nigerians, those who are indigenous from Nigeria. They kill them. The Nigeria government send you out and kill you, use you for their drama, just for them to receive attention, for them to be able to go and kill a community. They send you. And today you still have people, Nigerians, people who are indigenous to Nigeria, who are in the army. And you ask yourself, are these people really okay? Are these people okay? How can you join Nigeria army? How? What is it that will encourage you to join Nigeria army, Nigeria military? Let me also read you this, a mother that lost 4 of her children said. She said, "I have now lost 4 of my children in military," mother of Lieutenant Colonel who was killed in Delta. And she said, "It's time Nigerians desert Nigeria army because all you receive is heartbreak and death." Okay, this is the state of Nigeria army. Why? Why is this the case? It is the case because Nigeria government recruits terrorists into the army. It is the case because Nigeria army is designed, they are trained to kill civilians. It is the case because Nigeria army are not serving the interest of Nigerians. Look at this news as we bring this program to a conclusion. This is from Amnesty International, their website. And it was dated December 17, 2023. And it says, Nigeria, military attempting to cover up mass killing of civilians. This is Nigeria military attempting to cover up mass killing of civilians. The Nigerian authorities must promptly, thoroughly, independently, impartially transparently and effectively investigate the killing of more than 120 civilians in 2 military airstrikes on Sunday instead of engaging in attempts to cover up the crime. Okay, you see. So Nigeria Air Force, they bombed and killed over 120 civilians. Nigeria military, sorry, the army. They bombed and killed over 120. And what is the government doing? They are covering it up. The same thing the Nigeria government is doing today, that the Nigeria army massacred people. They are covering it up. They are covering it up. The same thing, whenever you see Nigeria government not cover up criminality, it is because they are benefiting from that criminality. For instance, when you hear them say, oh, we IPOB, ESN, criminality, and the rest of them, it is because they are the ones who created it, and they are benefiting from it. That's the only reason. Apart from that, they are very ready to cover up any criminality. Very ready to cover up any criminality. That is the Nigeria army. And as we leave, let me play this clip for you. Okay. I'll play it as soon as I've said goodbye to you. Thank you very much, guys, for being part of this program this day. This wonderful morning, the 25th of March 2024. I say thank you very much. Remember, this program runs from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Biafra time. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Ndewo.
It's mine. Depending on the strength of the argument. So we hope that will change it. They are using it to do experiment at DSSS. Exactly. I don't say that's not what we're going to allow it to happen. My rights must be respected. It's important. My right to fair hearing must be respected. They brought him to clean into this dog and allow him to talk without his lawyer.
Talking about your health condition, what exactly is wrong with you, sir?
I have congenital heart failure, congestive heart failure is called. From the medication you can tell. So they're basically trying to keep me alive. So when they calculate that I'm about to live up, that my heart's about to back up, they will now say go. So when I go outside, I will die outside. That's what they're trying to do.
The medications they've been giving to you, has it not been working?
It's not working. If it's working, why would I have all these lumps underneath my... And he has written a petition to the Nigerian Medical Association where they brought one quack doctor, somebody who is not a doctor, to treat it to come and try it. So but up to now, they have no idea what they're doing. And they know they don't know what they're doing. Or else, how would I have this? That's the biggest prospect. There will be no trial. So what is your application before the court? What do you want? Is seeking for a non-custodial arrangement by the court.
You said house arrest.
Exactly. I don't mind house arrest. Because I'll defeat them. In this court, I'll defeat the federal government of Nigeria. Yeah. The whole world will see it. Where is the feasible for government? Where is it? All these feasible treason. What is treason today? It's gone. In some way, this person charge will go. I'm thinking of another capital offense that can charge me. Maybe, I don't know, impregnating the wife of somebody. I don't know. So are you saying you are innocent of all these charges? They, the federal government, they know I'm not guilty. My only guilt is that I'm fighting for my people. And I will fight for them.
Okay, so let's...
For justice and fairness and equity.
That's your
IPOB to commit crime is it's not part of this family. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love you. That's all we are.
So what will be your words to those out there in the East who are killing in the name of IPOB?
They are criminals. They are criminals. They are not part of this family. We are part of the family for a reason. He said.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, afternoon, and night, depending on where you are joining us from. Welcome to Sunrise on Radio Biafra 102.1 FM. My name is Mazi Sochinma Mbanali, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. Biafra time. Here on Radio Biafra, this is where we worship. This